You feel something for someone. It's not just a passing attraction. It's as if your heart is clinging to a silent intuition. But you wonder, is this him? Is this her? And above all, is Allah speaking to me, or is it just my imagination? Let me tell you something. When Allah wants to send you a clear sign, you won't have to guess. He will speak loudly, and your soul will recognize it without hesitation. You won't have to convince the universe. Destiny itself will come knocking at your door with breathtaking clarity. In this video, we will delve into the spiritual signs, the profound certainties, and the clear confirmations that Allah sends when the person He has chosen is about to appear. Stay until the end. Because what you're about to hear could change the way you wait, and above all, the way you recognize. 1. Allah's silence is not rejection, it is sacred waiting. There are silences that weigh heavily, silences that envelop you like a moonless night. You raise your hands, you speak from your heart, but the sky doesn't respond, and you wonder, why is it so silent? Have my prayers fallen on deaf ears? Has Allah turned His back on me? Remember this, silence is not rejection. This silence is sacred waiting. You don't see anything moving, but in the invisible, everything is in motion. The universe is precisely regulated by the will of Allah. And sometimes, when you see nothing, that's precisely when He prepares the most. Like rain accumulating behind the clouds, like a flower sprouting in the secret of the earth, like an answer taking shape in the unknown. Allah has never been distracted by your tears. He is not indifferent to your waiting. But He purifies you with silence. He teaches you to trust, not in what you see, but in what you know of Him. You wait for this person, the one who was written for you from the invisible world, and in your impatience, you wonder if you are dreaming. You scrutinize the glances, the signs, the missed opportunities, but you forget that Allah's will is not always announced by noise. It manifests itself through a peace that takes root in your heart, a peace you cannot invent. The person chosen by Allah will not come in tumult, in chaos, in confusion. They will come with a certain calm. It will come when you no longer desperately seek, but when you are ready to acknowledge without forcing. There are blessings that need to be desired without being idolized. Answers that only come when your heart is at peace, not filled, but centered on the Creator, not on creation. This silence, this apparent emptiness, it is a school where Allah teaches you restraint, trust, endurance. He shows you that the one He has chosen for you need not be rushed, for what is written is not lost, and what is meant for you will not pass you by without recognizing you. Each day of waiting is a stone placed on the path. Each moment of silence is a protection against illusions. Do not confuse the absence of an answer with the absence of a plan, for Allah is never late. He is precise. So stay there, not in passive waiting, but in confident expectation. Continue to live, to grow, to rise, and know this, when the time comes, you will no longer ask yourself this question, because the silence will be broken with a clear, evident, peaceful confirmation. And you will know that yesterday's silence was proof that something precious was being born in the invisible. 2. Divine choice is recognized by peace. Listen to me carefully. Do you really want to know if this person is the right one? Then stop getting lost in appearances. Stop drowning in promises, pretty gestures, I'm different, I understand you, and lingering glances. Because the truth is that signs from the heart are more powerful than declarations from the lips. Divine choice. It's not a thrill. It's not physical tension. It's not even what you call a deep connection if it's not aligned with Allah. True choice, the one Allah has placed on your path, is recognized by peace. A clear peace, serene, inexplicable. And you don't find this peace when this person is perfect. You feel it when in their presence or even when thinking about them. Your heart doesn't race. It doesn't panic. It doesn't collapse. It settles. It calms down. Want a simple test? Ask yourself this. When I'm with this person, do I draw closer to Allah? Is my heart more connected? Do I feel lifted up? Or are you more distracted, more confused? Do you feel a void that this relationship tries to fill but never succeeds? Because the truth is that the right person won't come and fill a void. They'll come and sanctify it. They won't bring you Allah, no, but they will never turn you away from Him, effortlessly, without telling you, just by their presence. And here's what few people want to hear. If you have to fight your inner peace to maintain a relationship, it's not the right one. If you have to beg Allah to silence the signs He's sending you, then you're not looking for a companion. You're looking for a distraction, but Allah loves you too much to let you lose yourself. So He will instill in you a sense of unease that you won't be able to ignore. And if you persist, that unease will grow until you understand that's not it. That's not Him. You see, the heart of a believer is a sacred place, and Allah protects it with subtle intuitions, with deep feelings. You won't recognize your future spouse by emotional fireworks. You will recognize them because it's simple, it's fluid, it's calm. You won't need to run. You won't need to beg. You won't need to doubt every other day. Because there is a clarity that accompanies peace. And there is a peace that comes only from God. So learn to listen to your heart, not your wounded heart, not your missing heart, but your heart aligned with Allah. For when that heart recognizes a divine choice, it doesn't tremble, it rests. 3. When Allah unites two souls, even walls fall. Once upon a time, there were two souls. They lived, each on their own, unaware that their paths would eventually cross not by chance, but by decree. One prayed in the silence of her nights. The other walked in an inner desert, seeking a peace that no human words could offer. And yet, despite the miles, despite the wounds, despite the walls, they were called to find each other again. For when Allah unites two hearts, even twisted paths become straight lines. Distances, they bend to His will. Past mistakes, they become lessons, bridges, walls, even the ones you built around your own heart. Allah brings them down one by one. You see, this isn't a matter of human effort. It's not a race to find the right person. It's a heavenly invitation to prepare yourself, to purify yourself, to reposition yourself internally. And when Allah decides it's time, you don't need to force anything. This person won't come to fill your emptiness. They'll come to share the light that Allah has already placed within you. They won't knock on your door shouting loudly. They will enter gently, with modesty, with sincere gestures and a posture of humility. They will come not to disrupt your faith, but to walk with it. You will recognize them, not by fiery declarations, but by their stability, their transparency, their tranquility. Their love will not be a dependency. It will be an echo, a divine echo in your soul. They won't promise you perfection, but they will make you understand, through their constancy, that Allah's plans are not fantasies. They are real, solid, rooted in tawakkul. Yes, this sacred trust in Allah. It is the soil on which true love grows. And he or she who has learned to surrender to divine wisdom does not chase illusions. He or she waits, grows. And when the moment comes, he or she is ready, not to conquer, but to welcome. This is not a fairy tale. It is more powerful than that. Because it is written in a place that no human being can touch, but that every sincere heart can sense. When Allah wants to unite two souls, He does not ask the advice of circumstances. He opens doors. He softens hearts. He simplifies what seemed impossible, and suddenly, what seemed distant to you becomes evident. What seemed unattainable becomes tangible. And you will only have to do one thing. Recognize. Recognize that this peace, this stability, this direction is not just a coincidence. It's a divine encounter. 4. Confirmation will come when you are ready. You wonder why nothing is happening, why this person isn't coming, why, despite your prayers, your heart remains waiting. But let me tell you a truth that many shy away from. It is not Allah who is delaying your blessing. It is you who are not yet ready to bear it. Yes, you read that correctly. The confirmation you are waiting for, it will come, but not in your timing, not in your impatience, not in your current state. It will come when your heart has been re-educated, when your wounds have been cleansed in sincerity, when your self-esteem is reconnected to your love of Allah. Because He does not give a pearl to a trembling hand. He waits for it to be firm, worthy, stable. You want this person, don't you? You think you're ready. You even feel like it's him or her, but you don't see what Allah sees. He sees the parts of you that still cling to the past. He sees the void you want to fill with a human being when only He can fill it. Allah loves you too much to let you destroy yourself in a premature union, so He holds back, He slows down, He shapes you. And this process, however difficult it may be, is an act of divine love. Because when He chooses to open the door, it won't be a thrill, it will be a certainty, not a romantic illusion, but a crystal clear clarity, not an emotional whirlwind, but a stability that soothes. The confirmation you're waiting for won't come amidst the din of your doubts. It will descend like a silent light into your soul at the exact moment you are ready to receive it. And you will no longer be running. You will no longer be doubting. You will know. Allah is teaching you to no longer attach yourself to human love more than to Him. He is teaching you connection, the true kind, the kind where your heart is not attached to someone, but to your Creator. And it is in this state that you will receive the blessing, not before. So do not weep over Allah's silences. They are not rejections, they are preparations. Do not despair when you feel that everything is stagnating. It is a sign that something is growing inside you. And when that something has matured, when your heart no longer seeks to fill a void, but to embrace a mission, then Allah will open the way, and you will see that person not as a relief, but as an answer, and everything within you will know it was him, it was her, and it is now. 5. You will not choose this person with your heart, but with your soul aligned with God. The heart, that little organ you listen to constantly. That heart that races, becomes attached, worries, hopes, breaks, and then starts again. But have you forgotten? The heart is fragile. The heart is unstable. Today it thinks it loves. Tomorrow it doubts. The day after tomorrow it clings to absence, not to guidance. But there is another voice within you, a deeper one, an older one, a purer one. It is the voice of your soul, and your soul knows neither whim nor illusion. It doesn't operate on likes, silences, or contradictory signals. It doesn't need external approval. It recognizes what comes from God, and when that person comes, it won't be your heart that decides. It will be your soul aligned with Allah. Because Allah doesn't want you chained to disordered emotions. He wants you at peace, guided, awakened. And when you've walked enough in silence, when you've accepted solitude not as a void, but as a treasure chest, then that encounter will come. And you won't say, "My heart is overwhelmed." You'll say, "My soul is at peace." This peace is the seal of the divine. You won't be wondering, is it him? Is it her? Because when Allah speaks, His message is not vague. it is clear. He will speak to you in the stability of this relationship. He will speak to you in the ease that surrounds this person. He will speak to you in the absence of chaos, in the absence of doubt, and above all, He will speak to you through the peace that settles within you, as if your soul were finally saying, "I have arrived." It won't be spectacular. It won't be noisy. It will be calm, sacred, and obvious. Allah has not forgotten you. He simply removed you from the tumult so that you could hear His call without interference. What you are experiencing now is not a delay. It is protection, a sacred separation to purify your outlook, your heart, and your judgment. And soon that person will come, not disguised as an ideal, but anchored in reality. Not someone to captivate you, but someone who lifts you up. And you won't just feel love, you'll feel guidance. So when that day comes, you won't need to look at outward signs, because everything inside you will confirm that it's the right time and the right person. Not out of emotion, but out of alignment. If any part of this message has touched your heart, it's no coincidence. Perhaps you're in that season of waiting. Perhaps Allah is speaking to you right now, but you needed clarity to hear. So take what you've just heard as a reminder, as a light on your path. Remember, the person Allah has chosen for you will come with clear confirmation, without confusion, without contradiction, and you must be ready to acknowledge it. Share this video with someone who is also waiting for a divine answer. Leave a comment if your heart skipped a beat at a specific moment in the message. And above all, keep it somewhere. Because maybe one day that confirmation will come, and you'll know you were prepared for this moment.